In 1975, this would have been the only home you see in the entire neighborhood. This was the first home built in the subdivision and still comes with a half-acre lot. Slowly since then, other homes have been built up, and now this is part of a residential, quiet neighborhood. What makes homeownership truly unique, though, is freedom. It's not the location, the price, the features. It's freedom to build equity, freedom to earn additional income from your home, freedom to not pay rent. And most importantly, freedom to have room to grow, room for your family, room to build additional units if necessary. So today, I'm going to walk you through my newest listing here in Roy, Utah, which has all the features, but also the freedom that you'll need as your family grows, your life changes, because you can build so much potential on this move-in ready home. Built in 1975 and sitting on nearly half an acre, this Roy property gives you something that's becoming harder and harder to find in Utah: room to grow. With just under 2,200 square feet, this move-in ready home features 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, a 2-car garage, and a layout designed for both everyday living and long-term flexibility. Outside, you'll find a fully stubbed RV pad in the back, already equipped with sewer, water, and power hookups, perfect for trailers, toys, or future possibilities like tiny homes. And one of the biggest opportunities with this property is the potential for an additional dwelling unit, creating the ability for multi-generational living or rental income. All of this in a quiet Roy neighborhood that still feels open, spacious, and connected to Utah's outdoors. The yard has been really well cared for. Now let's check out the inside. So this here is technically the living room. Right behind me over there is the kitchen and the front door right there, and it kind of loops around here. It's overcast today, but you can see we still have plenty of natural light coming in from these big windows here. And we've got some antiques to give this kind of the farm style charm. Let me give you some quick measurements just so you know if your sectional is going to fit here. From wall to wall here is about 11 feet 2 inches. And from this wall where I have the camera to here, 15 feet 3 inches across. Moving on, there's the front door. Upstairs, here's our dining room with our little other living room area. Now I'm going to slide you back. I think we're right there. This is the other side of that loop. So front door is right there. Kitchen's right behind you there. You've got your dining room right here. Big windows on both sides. Our total length, 22 feet 11 inches. And then our width here at the shortest part, 11 feet 6 inches. Now this first floor has LVP floors throughout. They're professionally installed. They're water resistant, easy to clean, super low maintenance, and they'll last you a long time. So the camera doesn't really do justice for this kitchen. This is quite a bit of space. It's between the countertops here of 7.5 feet. These are granite countertops. We've got updated cabinets. So you can see these are custom independent Lazy Susans. So each one rolls independently and they lock into place there. Tile backsplash. And our width across here is 8 feet and 9 inches across. On the back side of the kitchen, we do have some extra cabinet space. You've got your little microwave home. These are soft closed drawers that all pull out, as well as some extra pantry space. Right off the kitchen here is the first half bath or guest bath. This is the only toilet downstairs, but it's been well maintained. It's got updated paint, modern light, its own window, and a fan for ventilation. Now right behind that here, we've got your utility room where you have your water heater, which has the expansion tank, your pressure relief valve here, and it's a gas water heater with an electric starter there. This here separates our upstairs HVAC from the downstairs HVAC, meaning you can run them independently. Now just behind that, we have the washroom here, but before I get in there, we've got a nice secret door here. It looks like it's just the tool hanger, but right behind that, we've got our other side of our furnace hookup. Then we've got an updated washroom here. So these are big washer dryers. Got a nice window going outside. Get your electrical panel there, and then some cabinet space above. This is the Vivant Smart Hub control panel. This will run your security system, your cameras. In an emergency, you can come here for fire. You can monitor this. You've got emergency for panic, fire, or other. You can pay for professional monitoring on this, which means if there was a fire while you're gone, it would automatically call. It has door sensors. You can lock the home. It's your whole security system. It also runs from your phone, and you can tap it into even your thermostat. So coming into the mudroom, we have a fridge here that's not staying, but we've got a tiled mudroom, which goes right out to your back patio, which is a big concrete pad. Behind this mudroom here, we've got double French doors into an additional living room. The fireplace, got some sectionals. So this here's the other view of this living room. The fireplace is just behind me here, and I've got the doors which lead into the mudroom. As always, 14 feet 2 inches across, 14 feet wide. Out from the mudroom here, walk to this beautiful backyard. You can see the Wasatch Mountains there off in the distance. You got a private gravel driveway which leads back to your RV pad, which is already stubbed with sewer, power, water, and cable. And then a big RV pad here. I'm sorry, a big concrete pad here. This is our updated AC unit. It's about 2 years old, and our well-maintained grass in the backyard. And of course, directly across is the garage. 21 feet 9 inches deep, 22 feet 6 inches across. Plenty of built-in storage. So this is the primary bedroom. As you may not be able to tell from the camera, you've got quite a bit of depth from wall to wall here. This is a full king-size bed, and as you can see, you've got room for a nightstand plus a little walkway on either side. 10 feet 11 inches wide here. From the camera to myself here, 19 feet 4 inches deep. One of the things that I love is that they put the temperature control for the upstairs right here in your primary bedroom. And you've got your vanity here just in front of your closet. And off behind the closet is the primary bathroom, where you have your toilet and your walk-in shower. And of course, we have a fan in the ceiling and a window for proper venting. Now, as I walk around the home to just give you a feel for the layout, I want to tell you a little bit about the area, Roy, Utah, because honestly, this city has a pretty interesting story. It was founded in 1873, and basically the whole area was dry farmland and sagebrush. The first settlers out here had a rough time. There weren't any neighborhoods. There weren't trees everywhere, and definitely no Costco. The guy who originally settled this area, William Evans Baker, actually hand dug the first well here himself, 50 feet deep, just to make the land livable and support farming. Originally, the town had names like Central City, Sand Ridge, and Lakeview, but eventually in 1894, it became officially known as Roy, after a local school teacher's son, Roy C. Peebles, who passed away. And honestly, that history still kind of shows up today. Roy still has this mix of old Utah farmland roots combined with newer suburban growth. It doesn't feel overly crowded or polished in a good way. It feels practical, real. After World War II, everything changed out here because Hill Air Force Base. Roy exploded in growth as military families, defense workers, and aerospace jobs moved into the area. And even today, that connection is still huge. Northrop Grumman has a massive campus nearby that employs thousands of engineers, aerospace workers, and defense employees throughout the region. So this area has become an important hub for both technology and national defense. Location-wise, you're in a really convenient spot here. You've got quick access to Interstate 15, Hill Air Force Base, Ogden, Layton, and commuter routes throughout northern Utah. There's also a front runner station nearby if you commute towards Salt Lake or Ogden regularly. One thing I personally like about Roy is that it still feels laid back compared to a lot of areas further along the Wasatch Front. And there's some cool local staples here too. Burger Bar is probably the most famous. It's been around since 1956. It's cash only, and it was featured on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. They're known for giant burgers and rotating exotic meats like elk, bison, wild boar, shark, and even camel. It's one of those classic Utah spots people have been going to forever. For outdoor access, this location is honestly hard to beat. Within about 45 minutes, you can be skiing at Snow Basin, out on Pine View Reservoir, hiking through Weber Canyon, or exploring trails throughout the Wasatch Mountains. So you really get this balance where you have space, quieter neighborhoods, access to the outdoors, and still plenty of jobs and amenities nearby. And that's what makes this property make sense. You're getting nearly half an acre, RV hookups installed with sewer, water, power, almost 2,200 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, a 2-car garage, and future potential for rental income in an area that still feels like there's room to breathe. And all of that for $550K. And honestly, in today's market, that's a really compelling opportunity.